Welcome, everyone. Thanks for investing your time in this conference. I'm Wayne Knight. I'm Executive Director of HMI. It's wonderful to see you all here. Thanks to all the team that have put this together. It's been a lot of work, and hoping that you enjoy the next few days. I want to comment on Sunny's opening. I'm a South African and a Westerner in many ways, although I'm from Africa. And as Sunny was going through that opening, I was thinking to myself how important it is for us to ground ourselves in this wonderful natural world. So Sunny, thank you for grounding us. I mean no disrespect when I say what we're trying to do as a Regenerate movement is to connect with the natural world in observation, in feeling, and what you brought this morning is special. Thank you. We live in challenging times, there's no question about it. There's so much divisiveness, there's judgment, there's disagreement in so much of our day-to-day discourse. Even in what we do, which is positive and uplifting, there's disagreement a lot of the time. What I love and hope to keep in regenerative agriculture is this place of exploration, of sharing, of collaboration, of understanding the natural world in a way that we have forgotten. And I think the three organizations involved in putting this conference together, although we do quite different things, are really pulling together in this regenerative movement, bringing hope. It's a huge part of what we do. It's building and it's showcasing accomplishment. The combination of healthy food, of healthy land, this incredible ability to make more with nature, to be a partner with nature, it's beautiful and it's inspiring and it's wonderful to be around day to day. I have to introduce you to what HMI, Holistic Management International, is. We're about management. We're about doing a little bit better today than we did yesterday. So incremental improvement. Central is working with nature, understanding the principles, understanding how we interact with the environment, learning to read what it's telling us. And that sometimes means really shattering and breaking some paradigms and some thought processes. As executive director for the last couple of years, I've had the incredible privilege of visiting really inspirational people using holistic management. And what strikes me in every situation is that it's not just about the land. It's about people and relationships. It's about working together with a community, a support group, a family. And we at HMI believe we've got some wonderful tools. Holistic management provides these wonderful tools that enable that to happen. So whether it's people, land, economies, we're going to do this through collaboration, one person at a time. Welcome. I look forward to meeting hopefully most of you during the next couple of days. Thanks for being here.
Good morning, all. How are you? I don't have 2 minutes. That was Wayne. Okay, you can. Anyway, who didn't get cream in their coffee this morning? All right. On me, I accept it. I'm sorry, you're going to have to just learn to live with black coffee for the next 20 minutes, and it'll all be here. How's that? Okay. And if that's the worst thing that happens to us today, we're blessed. My name is Carrie Balkcom, and I'm the Executive Director of the American Grass-Fed Association. My team is here. My friends are here. This is my hometown. I was born here. I want to pay tribute to this place that we're in. The National Western and the Denver Stock Show started in 1906. You're now sitting in a place that has that many years of history. And to maintain this piece of property and not have it developed into something else is amazing. If you read the history of what's here, we're going to pay tribute to that. We're continuing that. We're the first conference in this event center. So we're continuing the history with that as well. When we started American Grass-Fed in 2003, it was just an idea that we were lashing out and back trying to get the government to say that you couldn't feed your animals 20% grain, give them antibiotics and hormones, and confine them and call them grass-fed. So we've been at this a while. We have certification programs, we have education programs, we do a lot of advocacy and policy work on your behalf. So that's very important. It's a tribute to those people as well. One of the first president of American Grass-Fed is a dear friend of mine, and she started out with us, and she's a very quiet, well-spoken woman from Missouri, and she said, tell the story. Tell your story every day you get up. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about mine. People say I grew up in a one-horse town. No, we had lots of horses. We only had one school. We had 3 churches. We had a great migrant population that came in every year to pick the winter crops. In the one school that we had, extra chairs and extra benches were put in for the people that we knew were coming to pick the crops. So it wasn't like it was just something that happened every year. We accepted them. It was the only place in town that we all got together. We played sports together. We did those kind of things. Small little town in South Florida. Yes, I was born here, but my parents decided to go back to where they came from, so it's okay. Anyway, that's part of my history. From the time that I was 5 years old, I was given a horse. People on the different sections around us opened their gates so we could ride through the pastures, unfettered, at 5 years old, on a horse, in the middle of God's nowhere, and it was the way that I grew up. So I'm paying tribute to all of those people who have maintained that land still today. Tribute is something that I want to pay careful attention to today, and now I have 2 minutes, is that we have the ability to have time, that we say we have time to get things done. Recently, one of our very dear friends in our industry, at 49 years old, was out in the pasture with his 6 children, doing what he loved, talking about the land, teaching his children, and died of a heart attack in his pasture. His name was Trent Hendricks. He's from Missouri. The name of his farm is Cabriejo. We've set up a tribute to him. Bobby Gill from Savory, if you want to learn more about the gentleman or what we can do to help his family, see Bobby over at the Savory tent. But again, it's all about tribute. And the other thing that I want to pay tribute to is all of you being here today. You came by rail, you came by bus, you came by car, you came by bike. I'm glad you're here. We'll share our town with you for a few days. For those of you who are local, I appreciate you all coming out. It's been wonderful to meet you all from the neck up through Zoom, but I'm glad to see you all have feet. Thank you all very much. Look us up during the day. We'll be at the event. One more thing. If you go by our booth, I want you to take a look. There's a sign that says "Soil Your Undies." I want somebody to know what that means at the end of the day and come and talk to me about it. Thank you. And the half and half will be here any minute. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. I'm not really going to talk about this picture, but this picture gives me so much pleasure, so I thought I would share it with all of you. This is a pig from the pig farm that I live on, and this is food waste that we gather and feed to those pigs, and this is just a few days ago after Halloween, and this pig really loves to escape from its pen. And in the back, you'll see some goats there also. This is just sort of a little snapshot into my world. I'm Sarah Wentzel-Fisher. I'm the executive director of the Quivira Coalition. Thank you all so much for taking your time and your resources to be here. It's a real pleasure to see all of you in this space and to be in a new space. Really grateful to get to test drive this venue. Carrie was talking about time, Sunny was talking about time. Quivira has been around for 25 years, and I wanted to say thank you to many of you who have been with the organization from the get-go. I feel like we're a pretty connected community of people. I want to take a couple of minutes today just to speak to the theme of our conference, so cultivating restorative economies. I've been thinking a lot lately about the economy and about the future. I want to invite all of you to think about both of those things over the course of the next 2 days. What do we want the future to look like? I feel like a lot of things I'm going to say less eloquently than Sunny did, but that Sunny shared as part of her prayer. How do we want the future to be? I think that that's a question that we're asking ourselves here, and I think the reason that, in my perspective, that we are focusing on economics is that we can't have regenerative agriculture without restorative economies, and we can't have a restorative economy without regenerative agriculture. In my mind, those two things are pretty fundamentally connected. I know that for many of us, regenerative agriculture sort of starts with soil health. You know, we're looking at how are we making the soil healthier through what our interaction is. And to me, that also means how are we shifting our relationship to soil? It means that we are, rather than extracting from the soil, we're listening to it, we're understanding what it needs, we're there to have it be a more reciprocal type of relationship, right? And I think that we sort of need to extrapolate that to larger systems. So we can individually make changes on our farms or ranches for soil health, but it's going to take all of us working together to make a shift in our economic systems. And it can be overwhelming, right? Agriculture is faced with like really big challenges right now. Fewer and fewer people are practicing agriculture. We are seeing consolidation and corporate greed at spectacularly unprecedented levels. And then, of course, climate change. But it also means that we are at a moment where it's ripe for us to dive in and have a paradigm shift. And I think that how we do that is by centering our relationships to the earth, our relationships to ourselves, and our relationships to each other. And in that same way that we, with soil health, figure out how to be more reciprocal, we do that with our relationships. And I think that that means thinking differently about power. And how do we shift power in a way where our relationships and our power, our collective power, becomes synergistic and enables us to shift what our current economy is, where a lot of value is and a lot of power is in the hands of a few people, to a system that takes care of everyone and enables power to be shared by all, and enables care to be taken for all. So to me, that's what is the meaning of the theme of our conference. I hope that as you're here over the next couple of days, you open your hearts, you open your minds, you reinforce some relationships that you've had for a long time, that you make some new relationships, and that you really lean into asking questions. I hope we leave with a lot of questions. So I again invite you to think about the future. Let's envision a future that works for everybody. Welcome to the conference, and thank you so much for being here.